Hmm. Okay. Okay. Good morning. In the last class, we have discussed till hmm? Plants. Tissues we have discussed, I think, right? Plant tissues, animal tissues. Okay. Then today we'll discuss about last class we have also discussed about mm, genetic diseases, maybe, right? Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome. Do you remember? No? Okay. Let's recall those diseases quickly. Have we discussed or not? No, no. You were there in the last class, right? I think we have discussed about different types of endocrine glands, pituitary, pineal, etc., and their diseases. Later, we have discussed about eye defects. Later, I think we have discussed about different genetical diseases like thalassemia. No, you're not there in the last class, right? Okay, fine. We'll discuss the genetical diseases quickly. Later, we'll discuss about the shape of WBC. I have shown you, right? WBC, white blood cell. Yes, we have discussed about these diseases in the last class. Okay, let's have a quick revision. Thalassemia. Hereditary or genetic diseases means which comes by birth. Is there any chance to treat the genetic disease with the help of medicines? No, not possible. Then how can it be treated? Only with the help of gene therapy, by reading the defective gene and replacing it with the corrective gene. Right? Gene therapy can be done. The two, it's very costly and difficult procedure. Gene therapy. In few cases, it can be done at the embryo stage. In few cases, it can be done in few years after the birth. Let's say 5-10 years later, we cannot do any changes. Right? Few genetic diseases like thalassemia. Oxygen carrier of human blood is hemoglobin, right? Natural capacity to produce hemoglobin is reduced here. Natural capacity to produce hemoglobin is reduced here. Thalassemia, what will happen? A required amount of hemoglobin is not produced. Hemoglobin deficient blood, we can say anemic blood. There are no required amount of hemoglobin to carry oxygen. What happens later? Dizziness, nausea, etc. If there is a increase in the deficiency, the person might die. Thalassemia. Only solution, gene therapy. Temporary solution, blood transfusion. Regularly, a week or so, the person suffering from thalassemia requires blood transfusion. Then we have hemophilia. Hemophilia. Blood does not clot. This is a rare genetic disorder, where the clotting ability of the person, the blood is reduced. If there is a wound, the blood continuously oozes out. It will not clot. Rare disorder. Royal disease. Hemophilia is also known as royal disease because this disease is seen in the royal family of Britain. Britain royal family it is seen. That's why it's also called as royal disease. Hemophilia. Very rare genetic disorder. Then we have sickle cell anemia. Generally, the shape of a red blood cell is biconcave. Biconcave means the edges are bulgy, the inside part is little hollowed inwards, curved inwards, right? Thick crust pizza, the crust is thick, inner part is hollowed inwards, right? This is the shape of our red blood cell. We can say the shape of red blood cell as biconcave shape, concave lens. You have seen, right? Both the side curved inwards, concave lens. This is concave lens. This is convex lens, right? Concave lens. Likewise, the shape of a red blood cell seen from side is like biconcave shape. The shape of the red blood cell is converted into sickle shape. Sickle. Sickle means the agricultural equipment to cut the plants. Sickle. Kudugolu we say, right? Sickle cell anemia. This is due to abnormal hemoglobin. Due to abnormal hemoglobin. Abnormal hemoglobin. Biconcave shaped normal hemoglobin turned into sickle shaped hemoglobin. This is inactive. Inactive. This is also called as anemia because inactive hemoglobin means it will not work. If there is no hemoglobin means RBC count will reduce. Red blood cell count is reduced. That's why we call it as anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Genetic disease, hereditary disease. Then we have discussed about a few diseases where the number of chromosomes are altered. For example, Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome. Generally, the number of chromosomes which we have is number of chromosomes in human body 23 pair. Okay, 23 into 2. 23 pair of chromosomes, 46 chromosome normally a person have both male and female, right? In the case of Down's syndrome, it is in both in male and female, both in male and female. A child born with the Down's syndrome. This is also a genetic disorder. The disease comes by birth. Okay. A child suffering from Down's syndrome, the symptoms are eyes slanted upward, weak muscle tone is very weak, then irregular heartbeat, physical stature is short, he is dwarf. Later, mental disability is seen. Mental disability, dwarf, irregular heartbeat, muscle tone weak, mentally disabled child. Down's syndrome, what happens? This is the first pair chromosomes. Likewise, there are 23 pair of chromosomes, right? 23 pair of chromosomes. In the 21st pair, only in the 21st pair, what happens? One extra number of chromosome is copied. In the 21st pair, one extra chromosome is copied. This condition is called as Down's syndrome. The total number of chromosomes now is 46 plus 1, that is equals to 47. A person suffering from Down's syndrome will be having how many chromosomes? 47 chromosomes. One extra chromosome at which place? 21st place. That's why this disease is also called as 21st trisomy. Tri means 3. 3 chromosomes. That's why 21st trisomy. Down's syndrome. Down's syndrome, also known as 21st trisomy, and the person affected looks like a Mongoloid, a person from Mongolia. That's why this disease is also called as Mongolism. Mongolism. 21st trisomy. Then we have Turner's syndrome. Turner's syndrome. Down's syndrome seen in both male and female, both in male and female. Turner syndrome seen only in female. Turner syndrome. Here, one sex chromosome is absent in female. One sex chromosome is absent. That means X0. In the 23rd pair, instead of XX, she is having X0. So the total number of chromosomes, 46 minus 1, that is equals to 45. A person suffering from Turner's syndrome will be having how many chromosomes? 45 chromosomes. A rare genetic disorder. The symptoms are irregular heartbeat. First thing, that is very rare symptom. The main symptom is during the time of puberty, the menstrual cycle in female starts, right? Then there are many changes like mammary gland enlargement, pelvis bone enlargement, etc. That is not seen here. No puberty changes are seen in Turner syndrome affected female. Main thing, if there is no menstrual cycle, means infertility. Main symptom, infertility. We might have seen very rare cases of a person affected with this syndrome. She might have turned 18, 20, 25, but still menstrual cycle might have not started. This rare condition might be the reason. Turner's syndrome, menstruation will not start. She will be infertile. Mentally, she is stable. Mentally, she will be stable. There is no mental disability. For she lives like a normal person. For every other person, she is like a normal person. But the only problem is she will be infertile. Infertile. The changes during the puberty stage is not seen here. Turner syndrome. Likewise, there is a disease with men also. Similar disease with men. Klinefelter's syndrome. Klinefelter's syndrome. One extra chromosome is copied. See, this Turner's syndrome is also called as monosomy. Monosomy. Mono means single. Only one chromosome is there. One chromosome is absent. Monosomy, Turner syndrome. Then Klinefelter syndrome only seen in male. Only in male. One extra chromosome is copied in the place of the 23rd pair sex chromosome. One extra chromosome is copied. So 46 plus 1, that is 47 chromosomes are present. One extra chromosome is there. Here also, the main problem, infertility. The changes during puberty is not seen in the male. Changes during the puberty like mustache, beard growth, voice change, etc. and sperm production is not seen here. Klinefelter syndrome, a rare genetic disorder. Here also the person is not mentally disabled. Here also the person is not mentally disabled. The issue is that both will be infertile. Klinefelter syndrome, a rare genetic disorder. Right? Then let us see blood groups. Do you know your blood group? Do you know your blood group? What's your blood group? B positive. Yours? A positive. Mine is O positive. 80% of the people around the world is having O positive blood group, and 80% of the person around the globe is having positive blood group. Positive blood group. Okay. Have you heard about a plasma therapy during the time of COVID? Plasma therapy. No? Okay. Let's see. Blood. What is the function of blood in our body? Blood's function. Blood is present in our body and the blood vessels. It helps in the transportation of gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, oxygen to each and every cell of our body, carbon dioxide back to the lungs for us to exhale, right? Then transportation of nutrients from our intestine to each and every cell of our body by absorbing. Blood transports the nutrients. Later, the waste produced in the cell will be transported to our kidney for filtration, right? Blood's main function is transportation. Transportation. Later, it will also help in immune response. Blood consists of blood is a fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue. Or we can say special connective tissue. Under connective tissue, we have loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and special connective tissue. Loose connective tissue, adipose tissue, fat stored there. Dense connective tissue, tendon, ligament, we have discussed in the last class. Then special connective tissue, we have bone, blood, cartilage, etc. Bone, blood, cartilage, the soft bone, etc. comes under special connective tissue. The blood is made up of the fluid part called as plasma. The fluid part in our blood is plasma, the liquid part, fluid part. Then we have blood cells called red blood cell, RBC, red blood cells, red blood corpuscles. Then we have WBC, white blood cell. Then we have platelets, blood platelets, a red blood cell, white blood cell. Then we have platelets. By combining all these things, our blood is made. Compared to our body's weight, what percentage will be blood? Compared to our body's weight, 7% will be blood. 7% of our body mass will be blood. Generally, if they will not ask, you should know how much liters of blood we might be having in our body. Around 4.5 to 5.5 liters of blood we have. 4.5 to 5.5 liters of blood we have in our body. Will blood cells regenerate? Will blood reproduce? Exactly, yes. We donate blood, right? Once we donate, the blood cells in us will regenerate. See, each and every cell of our body have a lifespan. When we were born, we had less number of cells. Later, the cells divided, and now we have trillions of cells, lakh crores of cells we have, right? How it produced? With the help of cell division. Two types of cell division we have discussed. One is 46 chromosomed cell divided into 46 chromosomed two cells. This is mitosis. During the time of growth, mitosis. Then 46 chromosomed cell divided into 23 chromosomed cells. This is during the time of reproduction. This is meiosis. Sperm cell is produced due to meiosis. Blood, bone, nerve, etc. cells are produced due to mitosis. When you are born, you might be 2-3 kgs, right? The number of cells increased due to mitosis. Each and every cell is produced by cell division. Each and every cell is produced by cell division, right? Blood fluid connective tissue. You might have seen generally throughout the year blood donation camps will be held, right? Throughout the year. In the roads also, the blood banks will be collecting blood regularly on the regular basis. Is that much amount of blood required? Actually, not that much required, but blood is also having a shelf life. Shelf life means till how many days we can store blood once it is drawn out from a person, right? How many days do you think the blood can be stored cryogenically? 35 to 42 days. Today, on occasion of some Kannada Rajyotsava, you might have donated a unit of blood, let's say. From now, 35 to 42 days till that time, the blood can be stored. Later, it will be of no use. It cannot be transfused to another person. 4.5 to 5.5 liters of blood generally a person have. 7% of the body mass is blood. For let's say if you're 100 kgs, 7 kgs will be blood. 50 kgs, 3.5 kgs will be blood. Let us see the composition of blood. Blood consists of plasma, the fluid part. 55% of blood is plasma. 55% of blood is plasma. In that 55%, 90 to 92% is water, 6 to 8% protein. Later, minimal amount of various other proteins, chemicals are present. 90 to 92% is water, 6 to 8% is protein, blood. The most abundant protein present in human body is, I have discussed in the eye chapter class, collagen. Keratoconus disease we have discussed, right? Collagen is the most abundant protein present in human body. Collagen. Collagen is present in each and every connective tissue except blood. Collagen is present in ligament, tendon, bone, cartilage, etc. But it is not present in blood. See, blood consists of plasma, the fluid part plasma. Let's say you're making tea. The base fluid is milk. You are adding tea powder, sugar, etc. additives, ginger, etc. Right? The fluid part of blood is plasma. To that we are adding the blood cells like red blood. We are not adding. God added red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelets are present. Platelets are present. The function of a red blood cell is transportation. Let's say simply transportation. Food transportation, waste transportation, gases transportation. A red blood cell. Then the function of WBC, white blood cell, is, you might have heard, soldiers of human body. Have you heard? Soldiers of human body, white blood cells. White blood cells helps in immunity, immune response, right? They protect us from the diseases, various pathogens, disease causing microorganisms. White blood cell, WBC. Then we have platelets. Platelets helps in clotting, blood clotting. WBC, immune response. Platelets, blood clotting. The main functioning unit of our blood is RBC, red blood cell. Generally, if we say I have less blood, my blood count is low, means generally they will be talking about less RBC count, or indeed we say inside the RBC we have hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. Red coloring pigment. The pigment which gives red color to the blood is hemoglobin. That's why red blood cell is red in color. That's why blood is red in color. The main function of hemoglobin is to carry oxygen. To carry oxygen. Okay, oxygen carrier of human blood. The transportation part is red blood cell. Transportation part. Even if our blood carries less amount of food, that's fine. If it is carries less amount of oxygen, that is not fine. Oxygen carrying capacity of blood is the important feature that should be maintained. The hemoglobin count should be good in number. Generally, female, generally after the age of 30, will be having this condition, anemia, less amount of hemoglobin. One thing that is majorly due to malnutrition. The next condition, menstruation. Due to the menstruation, the blood loss, then malnutrition, it adds to anemic condition, lesser amount of hemoglobin. That's why they feel dizzy, etc. Early morning dizziness. Majorly due to this thing, hemoglobin count might be less. Plasma, fluid part of our blood, it consists of proteins like fibrinogen, albumin, and globulin. Fibrinogen, albumin, and globulin. Fibrinogen helps in clotting of blood. In our kitchen sink, in our washroom sink hole, we will be having this kind of plate, right? Why? To avoid bigger particles moving out, to avoid clogging elsewhere, right? What happens with the help of fibrinogen, fiber-like protein, fibrinogen? When there is a wound, it will create fiber-like mesh, which we cannot see, not bigger fiber like the spider web, the smaller fibers. Once the fiber-like mesh is formed, the dead cells and platelets come and clog here. The platelets and dead cells come and deposit here and helps in clotting of blood. Helps in clotting of blood. Fibrinogen main function helps in clotting by creating fiber-like mesh. Okay. Then albumin. Albumin maintains osmotic balance. Albumin maintains osmotic balance. Osmotic balance means maintains water level, fluid level in the blood. Blood should not go thick. It should not be thin also. The viscosity should be maintained. The flow viscosity should be maintained, right? The fluid water content is maintained with the help of albumin. Osmotic balance is maintained with the help of albumin. Then we have globulin. Globulin is related to defense mechanism. The antibodies are present here. Antibodies are present. Globulin is related to immune response. The main immune response function is with WBC. This is also doing the same thing. Immune response. Globulin. involved in defense mechanism, globally, defense mechanism. See, all women osmotic balance. See, Karnataka's first COVID patient, police COVID patient is my student, police constable, right, from an academy. One fine day, he called me telling that, sir, I recently recovered from COVID. I was the first patient in my department to be detected positive with the COVID-19. Now, what is happening now? What happened there? Plasma therapy started. Plasma therapy means separating plasma from blood from the patient recovered from a disease. Let's say I have recovered from coronavirus, COVID-19. My blood is drawn out and plasma and other blood cells are separated. My blood plasma is transfused to some other person who is affected with coronavirus, who is suffering from coronavirus. What happens? You are preparing for an examination. If other person who already suffered, who already survived, who already cleared, or who knows the pros and cons of or some issues with the examination, if he helps, it will be easier for you, right? Right? If a person who cleared the examination, if he speaks with you and gives tips and tricks, it might be helpful for you. Likewise, a person who recovered from a disease, he will be having a special antibodies which fought with the coronavirus. The antibodies which fought with the coronavirus. If that antibodies are given to a person who is suffering with the coronavirus, that might help in building his immunity, building his defense mechanism. That's why plasma therapy was conducted. In fewer cases, it worked. In fewer cases, it did not show good results. But it was done in Karnataka also in many other parts of India. Plasma therapy. Plasma therapy means separating plasma from our blood and transfusing it to a person affected with a disease. The separated the plasma is from a person who recovered from the disease, right? Plasma therapy. He was very much worried because after a month or so, he recovered safely from coronavirus. Now he is scared to give out blood. Generally, we are scared to, right, to donate blood. That's why. Plasma therapy. Then red blood cell, RBC. The main function of RBC, transportation. Main function of red blood cell is transportation. 4.7 to 6.1 million cells per microliter. Million cells per microliter of blood. Just imagine how many WBC we are having. 1 liter, 1 liter of fluid divided into 10 lakh parts. Dividing this 1 liter of fluid into 10 lakh parts, 10 power minus 6, that is 1 microliter. Let's say it might be less than even a drop. In that less than even a drop, how much RBC will be present? 4.7 to 6.1 million. Million means 10 lakh. 47 lakh to 61 lakh in less than a drop of blood. Imagine how much valued your even a drop of blood is, right? 4.7 to 6.1 million cells. Where is blood produced in our body? In which part of our body blood is produced? In the first stage. Blood is produced in the bone marrow. Have you heard about a bone marrow transplantation? Bone marrow transplantation, have you heard? Bone marrow, red bone marrow or bone marrow, let's say. Bone marrow. You're vegetarian or non-vegetarian? Inside the bone, liquid part, marrow. might have seen. In the bone marrow, stem cell is produced. Stem cell is produced. From the stem cell, later different blood cells are produced, like a red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets are produced from the bone marrow. From the bone marrow. In the case of a red blood cell, it is produced from bone marrow as well as in the embryo stage. In the embryo stage, it is also produced in the liver. It is also produced in the liver in the embryo stage. In the liver also it is produced, red blood cell, RBC. They might ask a question about a red blood cell and they might give all these things as statements. In the earlier days, what they used to do, they will give 4 to 5 statements and they will give the options like A, B, C are correct, B, C, D are correct, A, C, D are correct. In these days, what they are doing, only 2 statements are correct, only 3 statements are correct, they will give. You should be knowing which statement is right, which is wrong. How many statements are correct exactly. Earlier, we had an option. If A is correct for sure, we had an option to choose from A, C, D, A, B, C, right? Right now, we don't have that option. That's why you should be more careful. Biconcave shape, red blood cell, RBC. RBC is not having, sorry, RBC is produced in bone marrow in adults. In us, in the embryo stage, it is produced in liver. Okay. Lifespan of RBC is 100 to 120 days. Lifespan of a red blood cell is 100 to 120 days. 100 to 120 days. Generally, our blood cells don't have a place to die. Generally, our blood cells or any body cell don't have a place to die. It generally dies in the place where it is present actually. But red blood cells have a graveyard, smashan graveyard it is having. Red blood cell goes and dies in the spleen as well as liver. A red blood cell is destroyed in spleen and liver. Only spleen is called as the graveyard of RBC. Spleen, graveyard of RBC. Spleen is a special organ present above our stomach, not this stomach, this part, right? Above our stomach, spleen is present. Spleen here, spleen. Red blood cells are destroyed in spleen as well as liver. Are we eukaryotes or prokaryotes? Eukaryote means an organism which is having definite nucleus. Prokaryote means an organism which is not having a definite nucleus. Example for prokaryotes are bacteria and blue-green algae. Only bacteria and blue-green algae are prokaryotes. All other organisms present in the earth are eukaryotes. But there is a special case. A red blood cell, when it is formed, it is having a nucleus. But after some time, it will not be having a nucleus. A person bought a car, Omni, for family use. He was having the rear seat. After some time, he removed the seat to store luggage, right? The main function of RBC is to transport things. Main function is transportation, right? To transport more amount of oxygen. To transport more amount of oxygen, RBC is devoid of nucleus. In the adult stage of RBC, after few days of formation, RBC will not be having nucleus. The reason is to carry more oxygen. To carry more oxygen, RBC is devoid of nucleus in humans. Let's say humans. Forget about other mammals. In humans. Very important. Only one cell of our body which is not having nucleus at any point of its lifespan, that is RBC only. Each and every other cell will be having nucleus in the entire lifespan of it. Okay. RBC is not having nucleus to carry more amount of oxygen. Oxygen carrier of human blood is hemoglobin. It is giving a red color to the blood, hemoglobin, right? Hemoglobin is made up of iron content called as hematine. Iron content called hematine. That's why we should have iron-rich food, green vegetables, green leaves to get more amount of iron. Iron is a micronutrient. We require it in a very, very less quantity, but we do require. If there is a deficiency of iron, what happens? If there is a deficiency of iron, we will get anemia. Anemia, less amount of RBC, let's say. What happens if there is a deficiency of iron? Hemoglobin count is reduced. Hemoglobin count reduced means less amount of RBC also. Without a hemoglobin, RBC is nothing. Hemoglobin is the engine-like thing for red blood cell. Okay. RBC count reduced means anemia. Blood count is reduced. Then we have white blood cell, WBC. Plasma. 55% of blood is plasma. In that, 90 to 92% is water. 6 to 8% is protein. The protein which helps in blood clotting is fibrinogen. The protein which helps to maintain osmotic balance is albumin. Then the protein which helps in defense mechanism that is globulin. Globulin defense, right? Then we have red blood cell, RBC, red blood cell. RBC is produced in the bone marrow. Produced in bone marrow. Lifespan 100 to 120 days. RBC is devoid of nucleus. Devoid of nucleus. Reason to carry more oxygen. To carry more oxygen. Oxygen carrier of human blood is hemoglobin. Oxygen carrier, hemoglobin. Hemoglobin consists of iron content called as hematine. It consists of iron content called as hematine. Okay. Then it dies in, where does it die? Spleen and liver. Spleen and liver. In the embryo stage, in the embryo stage, it is also formed in the liver, red blood cell. Spleen is called as graveyard of RBC, graveyard of red blood cell, spleen. Then the amount of red blood cell in human. How much red blood cell do we have? 4.6 to 6.1 million cells per microliter of blood. 4.6 to 6.1 million cells per microliter of blood. Like this, you should have a short, crisp note where each and every point is covered, so that during the time of examination, by seeing the point, you should remember. If you write like a statement, what will happen? The number of pages will increase. During the time of examination, it will be difficult to recall, revise. But if you don't write like that right now, you might not remember what is this plane, what is this thing. Okay. After some time, once you get in touch with the subject, once you have a grip in the subject, later you can make a crisp, short notes. Then we have next which cell? White blood cell, WBC. See, in the blood, the majority cells are RBC. Majority cells are red blood cell, RBC. RBCs are very much more in number, red blood cells. Then the lifespan also, it is having more lifespan. How much? 100 to 120 days. 100 to 120 days. Generally, the shelf life of blood how much? How many days? 35 to 42 days. Shelf life of blood 35 to 42 days. Once you donate blood, that can be transferred to other person within this timeline, 35 to 42 days. Shelf life of blood. Then we have white blood cell, WBC, white blood cell. White blood cell, WBC. WBCs are classified into two types. In a red blood cell, in platelets, there are no subclassification, only one cell. But in WBC, there are many type of cells. WBC is related to defense, right? Immune response, right? Related to defense mechanism. Defense mechanism. In our defense, we have Army, Navy, Air Force. We have Madras Regiment, Sikh Regiment, Gurkha Regiment. There are many types, right? They will be having some particular task to do, right? Likewise, here also there are many type of WBC. In some type of face wash, you might have seen some granules, crystal-like structures, right? Normal jelly-like face wash, other face wash with crystals. Likewise, in WBC, granules are present. If WBC is having granules, they are called as granulocytes. If it is not having a granule, means they are called as agranulocytes. Agranulocytes. Granulocytes and agranulocytes. Under granulocytes, we have basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil. Under agranulocytes, we have monocytes and lymphocytes. Lymphocytes. Basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil are granulocytes. Monocytes, lymphocytes are agranulocytes. Monocytes, lymphocytes are agranulocytes. You might have seen the cartoon Benton. Benton. Likewise, Benji. Basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil are granulocytes. MLR. Monocytes and lymphocytes are agranulocytes. Agranulocytes. A red blood cell is also called as RBC, also called as red cell. Erythro means red. Cytes means cell. Study of cell is called as cytology. Study of cells, cytology. Okay. RBC, erythrocytes. WBC called as white blood cells are not white in color. They are transparent. But instead of saying them as transparent blood cells, we are telling them as white blood cells. Okay. White blood cells. They don't have any coloring pigment. They don't have any coloring pigment. They are called as leukocytes. Leuco means colorless. Leuco means colorless. Colorless cells. But we call them as white blood cells, WBC. Okay. Have you heard about the term leukemia? Leukemia. ಈ ಬಂಧನ ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ವಿಷ್ಣುವರ್ಧನ್ ಬಂಧನ. You haven't seen Vishnuvardhan's movie. Vishnuvardhan Suhasini. In that movie, he had brain tumor, blood cancer. Blood cancer, right? That is leukemia. Leukemia is blood cancer where WBC count is increased abnormally. Abnormally increased level of WBC. What does cancer mean? Cancer mean? Cancer means we have varieties of hundreds, thousands type of cancer, right? Skin cancer, blood cancer, bone cancer, breast cancer, thyroid cancer, varieties of lung cancer, varieties of cancer. Cancer means a type of cell which is dividing uncontrollably. Leukemia means white blood cell dividing uncontrollably. If, let's say, we have 1 crore number of soldiers in India, if the number increases to 100 crore, is it possible to control or maintain the state? No, right? Likewise, the number of WBC increases very rapidly. That condition is called as cancer. If WBC count increases, that is called as leukemia. Leukemia, blood cancer. White blood cell count increases. The opposite version is called as leukopenia. Leukopenia means white blood cell count is reduced there. Leukopenia, white blood cell count reduced. Here, basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil, monocyte, and lymphocytes. This is the classification of white blood cell WBC. We have 4,000 to 11,000 cells per microliter of blood. How much we had WBC, RBC? 4.6 to 6.1 million cells. 46 lakh to 61 lakh. Here we have only 4,000 to 11,000 cells. Okay. 4,000 to 11,000 cells per microliter of blood. Lifespan is also very short. 13 to 20 days. 13 to 20 days lifespan. WBC's lifespan. We have granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes and agranulocytes. 13 to 20 days lifespan. Called as leukocytes. Leuco means colorless. Colorless. Okay. This is also formed in bone marrow. White blood cells are formed in bone marrow. In the bone marrow, stem cells are produced. From the stem cells, blood cells are produced. Each and every other type of cells are from that. Basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil. Basophil, eosinophil, neutrophil are granulocytes. Monocytes and lymphocytes are agranulocytes. Agranulocytes. In the WBC, the most abundant cell is neutrophil. Least among them is basophil. Means the percentage. Maximum is neutrophil. The lesser one is basophil. Basophil. Here see. Let's say a person, terrorist, is infiltrating in our border. Somebody saw him, some ex-person. What he will do? He will inform our police defense persons. Later, everyone will gather there. They will take some necessary actions, right? Likewise, if a mosquito bites you, if a mosquito bites you, what will happen? You will feel some itching, right? You will start to scratch, right? There will be a hump, bulge, inflammation, right? There will be inflammation. If you feel any sensation of itching, you should scratch. What sometimes we do, it will get swollen. It might not look good on our face, skin, etc. We might avoid scratching it, right? See, neutrophil and monocytes. Neutrophils and monocytes, they are called as phagocytic cells. Phagocytic means which will kill. Phagocytic cells, the main function is to kill. What they will kill? They will kill the microorganisms which enter our body. The microorganisms which are entering our body. They will destroy any foreign organism. Neutrophils and monocytes. Borderline defense, neutrophils and monocytes. Then we have basophil and eosinophil. The main function of basophil is to produce inflammation, create inflammation. Inflammation it will create. Inflammatory reaction. It will secrete chemicals like histamine, serotonin, heparin, etc. to create inflammation. If you have any inflammation means WBC from each and every part of your body is rushing there. WBC is rushing there to fight against the disease causing agent. Okay. Inflammatory reaction by basophil, then allergic reaction, the itching sensation, etc. The allergic reaction is by eosinophil. Eosinophil allergy, basophil inflammation, borderline defense. The phagocytic cells are neutrophils and monocytes. Monocyte, neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil. The only remaining one is lymphocyte. We might have mistaken WBC with lymphocyte. WBC means leukocyte. Lymphocyte is a type of WBC. It is the type of WBC. Under lymphocytes, we have B lymphocytes and T lymphocyte types. B and T lymphocytes. It is responsible for immunity, immune response. It takes care of our body's immune response. What does immune response means? The disease causing agent bypassed the neutrophil monocyte entered our body. Even though basophil created inflammation, even though eosinophil created allergic reaction, it entered our body. It is affecting our body. In our body, the microorganisms are present. They're causing damage, disease that should be destroyed, right? The disease causing microorganisms that will be destroyed with the help of lymphocytes. That will be destroyed with the help of lymphocytes. Inside, say generally, if you get a disease, what you will do? For example, if you get fever today, what you will do? You might wait for a day or two. Let's say, let's not take tablet or let's not visit the doctor today itself. Let's say if it might reduce by tomorrow. If it is a viral fever, even the doctor will suggest, if he's a good doctor, he will suggest for the symptoms take dolo. And if you have any other symptoms of throat pain, etc., he will give medicine for that symptom, and he will ask the disease might be there for another 3 to 5 days. Later, it will automatically reduce. It will automatically reduce because your immunity will start to work. It will start to fight against that microorganism. The fighting phase is fever. The fighting phase is that pain. Okay. Soldiers of human body, that is WBC, white blood cells. Borderline defense, phagocytic cells, neutrophils and monocyte. Inflammation causing basophil, allergy causing eosinophil. Then our body's immune response is due to lymphocytes. Largest cell in human body, not only blood actually. In the body, it is egg in female, smallest is sperm in male. The largest cell in our blood is monocyte, including RBC, platelet, and WBC. complete blood. The largest cell is monocyte. Monocyte. See, the diameter is just 15 to 18 micrometer. Micro, 10 power minus 6 meter. 1 meter divided into 10 lakh parts. White blood cell. Then we have platelets. 1.5 lakh to 4.5 lakh cells per microliter of blood. 1.5 lakh to 4.5 lakh. If a person is affected with dengue virus, you might have heard, platelet counts starts to reduce rapidly. Very severe issue. Platelet. 1.5 lakh to 4.5 lakhs per microliter of blood, generally produced in the bone marrow only. Bone marrow. From the bone marrow, stem cells are produced. From the stem cells, megakaryocytes are produced. From the megakaryocytes, thrombocytes are produced. Thrombocytes are nothing but platelets. See, we call red blood cells as erythrocytes, white blood cells as leukocytes. Likewise, platelets are called thrombocytes. Thrombocytes. Okay. Lifespan 7 to 9 days. Around a week, 7 to 9 days. Very lesser lifespan. Platelets. Helps in clotting of blood. Helps in coagulation of blood. Blood coagulation. Let's see how coagulation or clotting of blood happens. Coagulation or clotting of blood. There is a wound. Blood is oozing out. Okay. Fibrinogen is present in platelets or thrombocyte. Once the signal of a person having an injury or wound, the brain stimulates the platelets to start the function of coagulation. Platelets, once it get the signal of blood oozing out of a wound, what it will do? It will stimulate a fibrinogen. It will secrete an enzyme called thrombin. Thrombin. What are the function of enzymes? Enzymes are called as biocatalyst. Catalyst means which will increase the rate of reaction, increase the rate of any process. Here, the thrombin enzyme, which is secreted, it will help fibrinogen to be converted into fiber-like mesh called fibrin. Fiber-like mesh called fibrin are produced with the help of thrombin. Fibrinogen produces fiber-like mesh called fibrin. Then the dead cells, platelets, etc. comes and they will be accumulated in this mesh. Once these dead cells, plate like small cells, which comes and accumulated here, what will happen? The blood will clot. Scum, clot is produced. This is clotting mechanism. A person suffering from hemophilia, royal disease, this process will not initiate. Thrombin is not released. Fibrinogen will not produce fibrin. Blood will not clot. Okay. He might be having a good number of platelets, but the process will not start. By normal blood test, he seems like a normal person, but once there is a wound, the blood will not clot. That is the main problem. Platelets helps in clotting of blood. Platelets are blood cells, fibrinogen, protein, thrombin, enzyme. Which enzyme helps in blood clotting? Thrombin. Which protein helps in blood clotting? Fibrinogen. Which blood cell helps in blood clotting? Platelet. Platelets are also called as thrombocytes. Platelets, thrombocytes. Okay. Red blood cells are called as erythrocytes. Erythrocytes. Erythro means red color. Erythrocytes. Okay. This is the composition of our blood. Then blood grouping. Karl Landsteiner. Karl Landsteiner Karl Landsteiner discovered blood groups. See, earlier human thought inside this water bottle, water is present, right? If I puncture, water will pour out. It will move out. Likewise, human thought inside human body, blood is present. If someone punctures, it will move out. He thought like that. Later, he got to know, no, the blood is pumped inside the body with the help of heart. Blood circulation happens. Blood circulation was discovered by William Harvey. William Harvey discovered blood circulation. Blood circulation. Can you donate blood to me? Don't know. Can I donate blood to you both people? Actually, yes, because my blood group is O positive. Yours both are B positive and A positive, right? I can donate, but I cannot take blood from you both. See, earlier what human thought, everyone's blood is red. Everyone's blood is red. So each and every blood is same. In the movies, they use dialogue, right? My blood is also red, yours is also red. There is no discrimination, etc. Likewise, he thought. But during the time of an operation or injury, when blood transfusion was tried, it didn't match. Clotting happened, reaction happened. Then he thought, he studied, he discovered Karl Landsteiner, blood. Each and every blood is not the same. There are blood groups. Blood groups are there. Earlier, he discovered ABO group of blood. ABO means A blood group, B blood group, combined AB blood group, then O blood group. Later, when he tried to give B blood to B, O to O, it didn't match. Then he got to know, oh, something extra is also present, that is A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, O negative, right? Can you donate blood to your friend with a blood group B negative? No, not possible. Sir, same B, right? Yes, but you cannot donate. Who is called as universal donor? Universal donor blood group. Universal donor. Do you know? No. Universal acceptor. Generally we have a misconception telling that O positive is the universal donor. No, O negative is the universal donor. Who? Generally we say O blood group. O blood group is the universal donor. Exactly. O negative. Why? Let us discuss. Then universal acceptor is AB positive. Universal acceptor blood group is AB positive. AB positive. AB positive. O negative universal donor. AB positive universal acceptor blood group. Before that, let us discuss few terms. Have you heard about antibiotic? Antibiotic. Did we discuss about antibiotic, antigen, antibody? No, right? Antibiotic. It is a medicine. Generally, people will say antibiotic is a course. You should take the amount of tablets or medicine the doctor suggested, right? Otherwise, it will be an issue in the future. It should be taken in the full course, 5 days, 6 days, 9 days, etc. He will suggest, right? The doctor will suggest antibiotic. Then we have antibody. Then we have antigen. Antibiotic. It is a medicine. Medicine. Antibiotic. See, if a person hits you, what you will do? You will hit him back, right? For action, there is a response, reaction, right? If a microorganism attacks our body, if a pathogen, foreign body attacks our body, there will be immune response. That immune response is in the form of antibodies. Generally, we wait for a day or two for the disease to suffice, for the disease or fever to reduce, right? If you get cough today, cold today, what you will do? You will wait for a day or two. It might reduce eventually on its own. How on its own it will reduce? Your immune response will start to fight. It will produce antibodies. The response produced inside your body is antibody. Immune response. Immune response produced by your body. By your body. That is antibody. Antibody. Antigen means antigen. This will stimulate your immune system. Stimulate. Do you know about the story of Ramayana? Hanuma, Anjaneya, generally the normal size of an ape, with the help of his leader Sugriva, I think, started to help Ram and his team in the search of Sita Mata. All the Vanara Sainya went to Kanyakumari. They need to go to Sri Lanka, right? Then they started to build a bridge with that floating rock, right? Then Jambavanta came in. Jambavanta, beer, curdy. Jambavanta came in and he told a story about Hanuman. You have a hidden talent. You have a special trait characteristic. You can grow 100, 200 feet tall. You can jump thousands of kilometers. You have that ability. Once he got to know about his own ability, he started to grow hundreds of feet in height and he jumped thousands of kilometers with a single jump. The stimulation required, right? Stimulation. Somebody might have stimulated you sometimes. Yes, you also can clear this examination. You also can do that work, this work, etc. Likewise, see, our immune responses are of various types. If somebody scolds you, you will scold him back. If somebody fights you, you will fight him back. If somebody slaps you, you will slap him back. There should be the same response, right? Likewise, based on the stimulation, suitable antibodies are produced. This mechanism works in a relationship, means works in tandem. Suitable antigen helps to produce suitable antibody. The antigen helps to produce antibodies. If this thing works properly, then there is no need of antibiotic medicine. The disease will automatically be cured. Once this thing fails, our immunity cannot take over that disease, then only we will go to the doctor for help. Then we take the medicine called as antibiotics. Generally, for bacterial diseases, antibiotics we take, right? Antigen stimulates antibodies produced in our body. Here, above our red blood cell, which shape? Biconcave shape. Inside, curved inwards, edges are bulged, right? Above our red blood cell, we have antigens, stimulant antigens we have. If a person is having antigen A, his blood group is A. If a person is having antigen B, his blood group is B. If a person is having both antigen A and antigen B, his blood group is AB. If he is not having any antigen, no antigen, ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. If they call him zero, means doesn't feels good, right? That's why they're calling him as O, O blood group instead of zero. O blood group means no antigen. O blood group. Antigen A blood group, B group. Both A and B, AB blood group. None of the antigens are present in O blood group. O blood group, right? Opposite antibodies. Antigen stimulated to produce antibody. Antigen stimulated to produce antibodies, right? Opposite antibodies are present in the plasma. Don't worry about this. Let us know. A person is having A blood group means he will be having antigen A above RBC. If he is having B blood group means he will be having antigen B above red blood cell. That's it. Each and every red blood cell, right? Earlier Carl Landsteiner thought only A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group, O blood group are there. Later, that also did not match. Later he got to know. Have you visited Mysore Zoo? You might have observed earlier. Next time when you visit, observe this. There is a separate section for monkeys, the two brown monkeys. Separate section. There is a big board at the entrance of the monkey section telling that RH human connection is there. Something they have mentioned, that is, actually brown monkeys are not from South India. Our South Indian monkeys are lion-tailed, black-faced macaque. They went deep inside the forest, and the monkeys from north covered our South Indian forest, the brown monkeys, right? The brown monkeys are called as rhesus monkeys. Rhesus monkey. Just like the antigen present in that monkey, we also have the same antigen. The antigen present in rhesus monkey is present in humans. If RH antigen is present, then we call positive blood group. If RH antigen is absent, We call it negative blood group. We all have the same antigen present in that monkey, RH antigen. O positive, B positive, A positive, right? RH antigen. Generally, 80% of the people around the world have RH antigen, means positive blood groups. 80% of the people. Now, what are all the blood groups which we have? A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, then O positive, O negative. These are the general blood groups. There are many rare blood groups are also present, like Bombay blood group, RH null, P null, etc. We'll discuss later. Among these blood groups, A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, O negative. Which blood group is called as universal donor? Why? Why? Because see, O negative, it is not having any antigen. Antigen A absent, antigen antigen O blood group it is. Then RH antigen absent. Nothing is there. This is O negative, O negative, right? O positive blood group means mine. O positive means only RH antigen is present, right? RH antigen is present. What antigen will do? It will Jambavanta did what to Hanumanta? Poke, stimulate, right? Antigen will stimulate the antibody response, right? Antigen will stimulate. Let us say RH means positive. This antigen A, this antigen B, this is none, no antigen O. Let us see. A means slapping, B means hitting, RH means biting. Okay, let's assume. If person A slaps you, you don't have the same ability to slap him back, then it will not match. Reaction is happening. If you are also a bad person, he is also a bad person, then friendship, right? Likewise, if 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 the receiver is having if the receiver is having a if the receiver is not having the antigen the donor is giving, if the receiver is not having the antigen the donor is giving, then reaction will happen. For example, A positive blood group, A positive, B positive, O positive, right? Whom we can donate blood to? Whom we can donate blood to? We can donate blood to A positive. He can donate blood to B positive. He can donate blood to O positive, right? Generally. Then, can they donate blood to O negative? Any negative blood group? No. If this person donate blood to O negative person, what will happen? The receiving person O negative is not having RH antigen. The RH antigen will start to stimulate, poke, then reaction will happen. What the receiver blood thinks? There is a foreign body. Foreign body. If it detects the blood from other person as a foreign body and it starts to kill the cells of that blood, the donor blood cells are killed. Reaction is happening. So only O positive blood group person can donate blood to O positive. Then he can donate blood to A positive, B positive, AB positive. How? O means nothing, right? No antigen. Positive means RH antigen. He is also having positive RH antigen. he can receive. O means nothing. B, positive antigen. AB, positive antigen. These all people can receive blood from O positive blood group person. From B positive, who can receive? Can I receive? No. You have B antigen. I don't have B antigen. What I will think? Your blood has a foreign body. Then my blood will destroy B antigen's blood, right? Then it will not match. Can you donate blood to him? A. He is having antigen A. You are having antigen B. He will think your B antigens as foreign bodies. He will destroy the B antigen foreign bodies, right? That's why you cannot donate blood to him, not to me. Then whom you can donate blood to? B positive and AB positive. That's all. The AB positive blood, he is also having B antigen, is also having RH antigen. He can receive blood from you. You can only donate blood to B positive and AB positive. Whom you can donate blood to? You cannot donate blood to me because I don't have antigen A. You cannot donate blood to her. She is not having antigen A, right? You can donate blood to A positive as well as AB positive, right? AB positive, he is having all the antigens, right? He is having antigen here, he is having antigen B, he is having RH antigen. All the antigens he is having. So he can receive blood from anybody. He can receive blood from anybody. That's why he is universal acceptor. A person with no antigens. O means no antigens are present. Negative means RH antigen is also not present. No stimulation. He can donate blood to anybody. He can donate blood to anybody. That's why he is called as universal donor. O negative universal donor. AB positive universal acceptor blood group. Universal acceptor blood group. Okay. This is very important. Do you know the blood groups of your parents? Do you know? You should know, right? If in case of emergency, right? At least today, go and ask. If they don't know, when you get a chance, make a blood test, right? At least you should know the blood groups of your family members. See, ignore RH antigen, positive, negative, right? Father's blood group, mother's blood group, mother's blood group. If a father's blood group is A, mother's blood group is A, the child can be having blood group A or O. Possibility. Both are A, child cannot be B or AB, not possible. Okay. In this complete chat, if you observe, almost, almost, you can see O blood group, right? Almost. But there is a case in the examination they have asked, see, AB dominant antigen, right? A and B both are present dominant antigen. If either father or mother, if either father or mother is having AB blood group, then the child cannot have O blood group. Either father or mother, if they have AB blood group, then the child cannot have O blood group. See, AB father, A mother, AB, AB, AB father, B mother, AB, AB, AB father, AB mother, AB, AB. Okay. Then AB father, O mother, A or B, O cannot come. Very much important. In an examination, they have asked a question. There is a family. There is a family with father having O positive blood group, mother having AB positive blood group. For many years, they didn't have a baby, so they adopted a child. After few years of adoption, they were blessed with a child. Then they are having two children, one adopted baby, one their own child, right? One child's blood group is O positive, other's child blood group is A positive. In the examination, they have asked which child is the adopted one. Yes, right. If either male or female, either father or mother is having AB blood group, then the child cannot have O blood group. Child cannot, at any case, he cannot have O blood group. So, if we know the blood groups of our parents, we can say what might be the blood group, what is the blood group of us, and what might be the blood group of our brothers, sisters, siblings, etc. We can predict, right? What is the possibility, at least, which we can say. And one more thing, if both father and mother is having O blood group, both father and mother is having O blood group, then the child will 100% have O blood group, no other options. No antigen present here, no antigen present there. Child will also be not having any dominant antigens. For example, in my case, my mother's blood group is O positive. My father's blood group is O positive. My blood group is O positive. My brother's blood group is O positive. If in case Dhritarashtra is having O positive blood group, Gandhari is having O positive blood group, all the 101 children would be having O blood group, right? No other option. Positive, negative might come, but A, B cannot come. That is the case. These two cases you should remember. If either mother or father having AB blood group, no chance of child having O blood group. No chance of child having O blood group. Then, if both the parents are having O blood group, then child will 100% have O blood group. 100% have O blood group. Right? Then one more very important thing. See, mother's blood group and the child's blood group might differ, right? In fewer cases, it might be the same. In my case, my mother's and my blood group is same. In your case, it might be different. It might be same. In others' case, it might be different, right? If the child's blood group and mother's blood group are different, if they are different, during the time of delivery, the bleeding happens, right? Umbilical cord might break, and during the time of child embryo development also, all the nutrition to the embryo is transferred with the help of umbilical cord from the mother, right? See, during the time of child growth in the embryo, the mother's blood and the child's birth will not come in contact. Only the nutrients are transferred. Only the nutrients are transferred. The blood will not directly come in contact, first thing. Then during the time of delivery, yes, there are chances of mother's and child's blood coming in contact. There is chance of the blood coming in contact. God gave a boon, that is, during the time of first delivery, during the time of first child birth, the chances of this blood mixing or the issue of blood mixing is very minimal, very minimal. During the time of second and subsequent delivery, second, third, fourth, in case, then there are chances. There are chances only when, if the mother's blood group is negative, Rh negative, then child's blood group is positive. See, mother's blood group negative, child's blood group positive. what happens in this case? What happens in this case? For the first delivery, there will be no problem. No problem. First delivery. For the second and subsequent deliveries, what will happen? Here, if the child's blood and mother's blood comes in contact, what will happen? The child's blood is having Rh antigen positive. Mother's blood is not having Rh antigen. Then the mother's blood will think the Rh antigen as a foreign body. Mother's blood will consider the child's blood's Rh antigen as a foreign body. Then it will start to destroy the blood cells of the child. The child's blood cells are destroyed. Severe anemia is seen. Severe anemia in the child during the time of delivery. Severe anemia. Jaundice can be seen. In many cases, in earlier days, you might have heard about these things, right? Severe anemia, jaundice, major reason, mother having O negative or any negative, O negative, A negative, B negative, AB negative blood group, and the child having positive blood group. This condition of mother's blood destroying the child's blood is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythro means red blood cell. Blastosis, it is being destroyed in the fetus. Red blood cells in the fetus are destroyed. This should not happen, right? For that, if in case the female, the mother is having a negative blood group, she will be administered with a special injection medication called as anti-Rh medication. Anti-Rh medication. If she takes this injection just after the first child's birth, then there will be no problem for second and subsequent deliveries. Recently, I went to see a small baby being born to my friends, right? His wife was having a negative blood group, O negative. She was having just few hours after the delivery. We went to see the baby. Then doctor came and he was explaining this thing. Actually, there is a special case. Your wife is having a negative blood group. She should be administered with a special medication which costs around 10,000 rupees. The cost depends from hospital to hospital. Okay, but it is little bit costly. Anti-Rh medication. If you plan for second or subsequent child, then it is 100% recommended. If not, then no need. Right? Only for women having negative blood group. You are having positive blood group, safe, no issues, no worries. If the child is having negative blood group, means also no problem, no issues will happen. If in case your wife is having negative blood group, then you should be knowing this thing. Otherwise also, for examination of point of view, you should be knowing this very important issue. Erythroblastosis fetalis, right? Rh negative mother, Rh positive child. During the first delivery, no issues. Second, subsequent deliveries, the problem happens, right? Erythroblastosis fetalis. Then we have rare blood groups. Rare blood groups. Rare blood group means break. Okay, take 5 minutes break. We'll continue. If you don't need break, we'll continue till 1. Is it okay? If you need break, you can take 5 minutes. Fine for me. Okay. Rare blood groups. See, have you heard about a Bombay blood group? No. Any rare blood group? Anywhere in use? At least the name rare blood group? No. See, have you heard about genetic diseases like the child is being born with physical disabilities, hearing disability, mental disability, or some disabilities due to same family marriages? Have you heard? In our South Asian countries, if you choose anthropology, beautiful subject, but you should be having some basic knowledge of science, evolution, Neanderthal, etc., things, and you should be having some interest to study about our Indian tribes, right? Part one, evolution, human body changes, etc. Paper two, completely about the tribes. It is there. There, our South Asian countries, India, Bhutan, Nepal, etc., here, close community marriages are more. Close community marriages. In North India, cross cousin marriage is also considered as a taboo. Cross cousin marriage means we marry our mother's brother's daughter, right? ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾವನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ? See, parallel cousin means he is our father, father's brother. Their children are sisters and brothers to us. Father's sister, their children, we can marry them, right? They are parallel cousins. They are cross cousins. Cross cousins, we say, a term in anthro. In South India, we marry cross cousins. In North India, it is not allowed. In many communities, in many of the communities, I was taking anthropology class in Delhi, right? I took coaching in Delhi. During that time, it felt normal for me. Yes, but it's there in us. Each and every North Indian student sitting there seeing me like we are doing some great sin. In Muslim community, parallel cousin marriage is also valid. They do. But we feel it's a taboo, right? Cultural thing. There are so many differences. Likewise, in South Indian countries, close community marriages, at least relatives son, relatives daughter, they used to get married. If if in case that thing happens for many generations, what might happen? Many type of genetic diseases starts to rise. Major reason of genetic disease is close community marriage, not same blood group marriage. Same blood group marriage is not an issue. My mother is also having O positive, father has been O positive. When you are marrying, no need to worry about if the bride is of the same blood group or not. Right? The thing is, close community marriage, a relative, if you are marrying, then there might be a problem. Not 100%, there might be a problem. Right? Due to close community marriages, rare blood groups are not that rare in India. For example, in 40 lakh people around the world, in 40 lakh people, we can see one person affected or having Bombay blood group. In 40 lakh, one person. But in India, 10 to 40,000 person, we have one Bombay blood group person. Why so much number of Bombay blood group persons in India? Due to close community marriages. Rare blood group means, see, above our red blood cell, if we have antigen A, which blood group? A blood group. If we have antigen B only, B blood group, both antigen A and B, AB blood group. Along which, if we have RH antigen, which blood group? AB positive blood group, A, B positive blood group. No surface antigen means O blood group, right? No surface antigen plus RH means O positive blood group, right? These are few dominant antigens which we consider. Who? Which? A, B, and RH. O is nothing means O, right? No antigen is there. These three are the dominant antigens present in humans. Other than these three prominent antigens, we all have hundreds of common antigens. Hundreds of common antigens we all have. I also have, let's say, 200 common antigens, which you both have, which we all have, right? Because those antigens are common in each and every one, they have not considered them. These antigens are different, that's why they have considered them, right? The common antigens which present in each and every person, if that antigen is not present, if that common antigen is not present, then arises the rare blood group. First time, earlier Mumbai was called as Bombay. In Bombay, a person needed a person needed blood urgently. Person needed blood urgently. Doctor confused him with a person having O negative blood group. Doctor did a simple blood test to find the blood group. He thought that, oh, antigen A is not present, antigen B is not present, RH is also not present. Okay, fine, it is O negative blood. But when he tried to match it with a donor with O negative blood group, it didn't match. Then he got a problem. With serious, deeper molecular study, he got to know, the team of doctors got to know that this is a special blood group which is not having a common antigen present in each and every one among them. That is, H antigen is not present here. Antigen H. This blood group is also called as HH blood group. Small letter H means capital letter H is not present. Their way of expressing, medical way of expressing. Capital letter H means H antigen is there. Small letter HH means H antigen is not there. It was discovered in Bombay, right? That's why the name Bombay blood group. Discovered by the team of doctors called, with the leader called Dr. Y.M. Bhanda in 1952. Dr. Y.M. Bhanda discovered Bombay blood group. Bombay blood group. Bombay blood group means the common antigen H is absent here. That's all. The common antigen H antigen is absent here. Bombay blood group. Very rare blood group. Rare blood group. See, in India, one person in 7,600 to 10,000 is born with Bombay blood group. Just imagine, in your constituency, not in Bangalore. Bangalore is having more than a crore people. In your constituency, in your area, more than 10,000, 20,000 people are there, right? There, a person or two might be having this Bombay blood group possibility. Can we be having this Bombay blood group? No, not at all possible. Why? B positive, A positive, O positive. This was confused with O negative, right? A person with O negative might be having this condition. Only a person with O negative, not us. We are safe. Bombay blood group. Initially, it was confused as O negative. Later, they got to know. See, shelf life of blood is 35 to 42 days, right? Generally, the common blood groups are stored in the blood banks for emergency requirement. But Rare blood groups are not stored in that way. The details are collected. Rare blood group, a person with rare blood group, whenever required, the person will be contacted. Then the blood is drawn out from him. If there are two persons in a city having Bombay group, if a person requests blood, other should give. That is the case. Whenever required. Bombay blood group. He can donate blood to anyone. He can donate blood to anyone because he was confused with O negative blood type, right? He's not having any antigen, any dominant antigen. And along with, he's also not having a H antigen. So he can donate blood to anyone, me, you, anyone. But he cannot take blood from anybody. He can only take blood from a person with Bombay blood group. See, a person having Bombay blood group can only take a blood from another person having Bombay blood group. That is why the problem is the blood group is very rare, very rare. Okay. 1 in 4 million, 40 lakhs one in the globe. But in India, 7,600 to 10,000, one person is having Bombay blood group. Reason close community marriages, inbreeding. In the world, O negative, highest percentage of people having O negative, sorry, O positive blood group, O positive, maximum. Then second highest A positive, second highest. Then we have other blood groups. Among the dominant ABO blood group, which is rare, means AB negative. AB negative among the dominant blood groups, right? AB negative seen in very lesser numbers, very lesser numbers. But for a blood group to be considered as a rare blood group, for a blood group to be considered as a rare blood group, it should be present in one person among 1,000 persons, one among 1,000. Then only it is considered as a rare blood group. Here, for a very 167 person, one is having AB negative. Here, for every 3 person, one is having O positive. Likewise. Okay. There are so many other rare blood groups. We'll discuss few ones while discussing about biotechnology. Other RH null, CRIB, etc. rare blood groups which were discovered recently in India. P null blood group discovered during the time of Corona. A patient from Kerala shifted on an immediate basis to Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore for emergency treatment. He required blood, but a doctor tried to match with many persons having O negative blood group. It didn't match. Later, they got to know he is not having a common antigen called P. P antigen was absent. That's why P null blood group or small letter PP blood group, P null blood group discovered by Dr. Shami Shastri and team, Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, KMC Mangalore. P null blood group. Have you heard about monkey fever? Monkey fever. Hmm? KFD, Casanova forest disease. No newspaper, nothing. Have you started reading newspaper? Not yet. When you are planning to start? March, February after the notification. Hmm? Sir, after the notification, many institutions will give short PT 360, etc. kind of material. We'll study from that. Are you planning? Okay, see. Bacterial diseases, viral diseases, bacteria, unicellular, prokaryote, unicellular means only one cell. Each and every bacteria which you can name is having only one cell, and it is not having any definite nucleus. No nucleus, only one cell. Bacteria, unicellular eukaryote. Bacteria are generally parasites. Parasite means depends on other organisms for food. They don't prepare their own food. Parasite. Okay. If a bacteria enters your body through food which you have in, what will happen? It will enter your digestive tract. Then if it escapes by chance your digestive juice, which is the acid present in your stomach is, which acid is present in your stomach? Hydrochloric acid, we have HCl. Hydrochloric acid, which is present in your stomach, helps to kill the microorganisms which enter with our food. Okay, that's why we don't get the disease regularly. Rarely we get, not regularly. Regularly we will generally having so many microorganisms, okay, that is being killed in our stomach with the help of HCl, hydrochloric acid. What bacteria will do, it will be generally attached to the cells of our body, because the size of bacteria is also micro scale. Bacteria is also micro scale. Our cell also micro scale. It will be attached to our cell and it will draw all the nutrients. It will suck all the nutrients from our body. If the terrorist is sitting outside our home, he can be easily killed, right? If he is sitting outside our house, without damaging the house, he can be killed, right? Likewise, the bacteria can be killed easily with the help of antibiotic medicines. Antibiotics kill the bacteria without affecting us. But virus, it is a non-cellular entity. Non-cellular entity. Virus is not having any cell. It does not have a cell. Then how it is made? It is made up of a protein shell called as capsid. Protein shell called as capsid. Inside the protein shell, it is having a genetic material, either DNA or RNA. Either DNA or RNA it is having. There are few viruses which are DNA viruses, few viruses which are RNA viruses. For example, coronavirus is a RNA virus, HIV virus, RNA virus, hepatitis B virus, DNA virus, influenza, DNA virus, like this. Okay. More harmful viruses are RNA viruses, like that. The size of the virus is nanoscale. Nano. Nano means 10 power minus. Micro means 10 power minus 6. 10 power minus 6 meter. 1 micrometer. 1 micrometer. 10 power minus 9 meter. 1 nanometer. If you divide 1 meter into 10 lakh parts, the one single part is 1 micrometer. If you divide 1 meter into 100 crore parts, 10 power 9 minus 9, 100 crore parts, the single part is 1 nanometer. Right? See, your cell is of the size of 1 micrometer, microscale. Virus of nanoscale. The virus enters your cell. Virus enter your cell and it starts to get all the nutrients from your cell. It is present inside your cell and it will start to reproduce within your cell. It will start to affect you from within, from inside. During the time of corona, first, second, third wave, first, second wave, what they have done? They have given medicines like azithromycin, doxycycline, etc. Those are all antibiotics. Actually, for viral disease, antibiotics are not helpful. Antibiotics are not useful. What might happen? Our cell will be damaged. To kill the virus present inside the cell membrane will be damaged. It will adversely affect us. Then what should be done? First, antiviral medicine can be used that is suitable, that needs time for development. Then vaccines can be used. That is the reason many companies tried its best to produce vaccine in the shortest span of time for corona. Right? Have you got Covaxin, Covishield? Compulsory they have made. You want to visit a movie theater? We all got the vaccine, right? Virus, non-cellular entity, smaller in size, difficult difficult to kill with the help of antibiotics. Then what should be done? For viral disease, only solution is our immunity should act. Our immune response should be strong, active. That is the reason during the time of COVID, we had so many fruits, vitamin C fruits, food. Then we had multivitamin tablets, right? To increase, develop our immunity. Same thing, if a proper, good doctor, if you visit during a viral fever, the doctor will suggest take rest for 3 days, eat proper food, the disease will automatically go. If you want medicine, take Dolo. That's enough. That's 100% enough. There is no need of any antibiotics. Only if you are detected with any disease by blood test, like typhoid, cholera, etc., then only antibiotics are required. Otherwise, no need of any antibiotics. Bacteria, unicellular, prokaryote. Let us discuss some important bacterial diseases. Bacterial diseases. I will say the disease name. Try to choose whether it is bacterial or viral. Okay. Plague. You have heard about plague. Plague disease. Viral or bacterial? Say anyone? Huh? Choose anyone. That's fine. Bacterial. Okay, fine. Plague bacterial disease. Then polio, viral disease, polio. Tuberculosis, TB, tuberculosis, bacterial disease. Cholera, bacterial disease. Typhoid, bacterial disease. Leprosy, ರಕ್ತಕಣ್ಣೀರು ಉಪೇಂದ್ರ, leprosy, bacterial disease. There are so many other bacterial diseases are present, like syphilis, STD, sexually transmitted disease, but bacterial disease. Plague, it's a vector-borne disease. Vector-borne disease means disease spreads with the help of a vector. Vector might be blood-sucking insect like mosquito, tick, fleas, etc. Okay. A rat infected with the plague bacteria died. The fleas starts to bite, eat that infected rat. Then if it bites a person, the disease spreads. Disease is not directly due to the rat. Plague is not due to the rat. Even rat is the what infected organism. The disease spreads through the blood-sucking insect. Okay. Plague is due to Yersinia pestis. Yersinia pestis bacteria, plague vector-borne disease. Then tuberculosis, TB, tuberculosis. Actually, few years back, 3, 4, 5 years back, drug-resistant tuberculosis was a major topic for UPSC mains examination, even UPSC preliminary examination. Drug-resistant TB, multi-drug-resistant TB. What happened? For tuberculosis bacteria, see, if a person who is more playful, noisy, etc., if you starts to beat him regularly, what might happen? If a person is not a child, if you starts to beat him daily, regularly, what will happen? He will be adopted to that. If you beat an hour also, he will be like, okay, one more, give one more, right? Likewise, resistance will be built, right? Same thing happened here with improper usage of antibacterial medicine for tuberculosis. With improper usage, doctor doctors negligence caused anti drug resistant tuberculosis to rise. What happened? The medicine which discovered, the antibiotic medicine which was discovered to fight against tuberculosis, the tuberculosis bacteria gained resistance against the medicine. The medicine is of no use right now. Drug resistant tuberculosis. It got the resistance against the drug medicine. Later, after 1 or 2 years of this issue, they have developed a new drug right now, and they have asked each and every medical person to suggest or prescribe suitable quantity of antibiotic in prescribed limited quantity. So antibiotic use is not that good also, but based on proper prescription we should take. Otherwise, it might cause some side effects. Tuberculosis is due to Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria. To avoid tuberculosis, there is a vaccine called as BCG vaccine. BCG vaccine. Each and every child within 48 hours of birth will be administered with BCG vaccine. We all might have got this vaccine, BCG vaccine. BCG means Bacillus calamita. Bacillus calamita gurain. Bacillus calamita gurain, BCG. BCG vaccine. What does vaccine mean? Say antibiotics are the medicines, right? Antibiotic majorly used against bacterial diseases. World's first antibiotic medicine during the First World War, it was used. That is penicillin. You might have heard penicillin, right? Penicillin injection discovered by Alexander Fleming. Penicillin, Alexander Fleming. Penicillin injection discovered during First World War. First antibiotic medicine. Penicillin was extracted from, penicillin developed from Penicillium notatum. Penicillium notatum fungi. Penicillium notatum fungi. From this fungi, Penicillium notatum, this injection is developed penicillin. This penicillin injection is an antibiotic, first antibiotic medicine. Then the term vaccine. Vaccine. During the time of Corona, I have heard my grandparents telling or talking with their friends that these government and doctors are not good. They are planning to kill us people who are sitting happily at our home. We have not traveled anywhere. We haven't got corona. Why do we need this vaccine? What they're planning to do to us? They used to talk, right? And they were telling they should discover a medicine to treat corona, but they are giving a vaccine to the person already affected with corona or who haven't got corona, right? Vaccine they have developed. Why not medicine? They have asked. But same grandparents took us to the hospital when we couldn't speak and injected us with many of the vaccines, right? BCG vaccine, DPT vaccine, various vaccines we had in our childhood. Many number of vaccines. How does vaccine work? Vaccine works like mock test. If you don't know anything about the examination, if you fill out the examination application form, go to the preliminary examination with the pad, pen, pencil, eraser, calculator, what will happen? You just need a black ballpoint pen. That's it. With a hall ticket, right? You don't have to carry anything else. And if you went there thinking that there will be problems, I will solve very fast. But there you will get to know there are questions with multiple choice answers, right? You should be knowing the pattern, right? Then you can easily tackle the examination. Likewise, vaccines help us to get the immune response or helps us to fight better against the bacteria, viruses, etc. Let's say Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner is the person who discovered vaccine for the first time. Edward Jenner. Do you know smallpox, cowpox, chickenpox, chickenpox, smallpox? ಅಮ್ಮ ಸಿಡುಬು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. The many pimple like structures, moles throughout the body, painful moles, right? In earlier days, today we think cholera is a common normal disease, already eradicated kind of disease, and small diseases like typhoid, dengue is not that important to be worried of. It can be easily cured with the help of medicine, we can think this day. But many years ago, hundreds of years ago, lakhs of people died around the world due to cholera, smallpox, dengue, etc. kind of diseases, plague, etc. kind of diseases. Smallpox was the disease. I think more than half of European population was died affected with a smallpox. Smallpox. Smallpox was fatal back then. People used to die of a smallpox. But when we got a smallpox in our childhood, we knew it will be there for few days. It will automatically go off. Once it will come and go, it will not come again. If it comes again, it's very rare condition, very rare, right? Smallpox. What he observed, there were some milk distributing ladies in that area where Edward Jenner was living. They were rearing sheep, cows, and they were selling milk. Cows got cowpox disease, cowpox disease, similar family of a smallpox, chickenpox virus, and the cowpox which affected the cow, same disease affected the person who was in contact, means the milk selling ladies. The cowpox was less fatal. The disease will be there for a day or two, and the harmful effects are very less. The disease got cured in few days. Then Edward Jenner thought cowpox is less harmful, smallpox is fatal. People are dying. Then he thought, let's use the virus of cowpox as a vaccine. Then he started to inject the cowpox virus into each and every person. What happens? If I get a cowpox and gets cured, then later, if a smallpox starts to attack, my antibodies, which already developed in my body, starts to fight back. After giving you corona vaccine, they have given dollar tablet also, right? Why? The corona vaccine which we all have got is weak or dead virus. Vaccine means weak, dead virus or bacteria. Vaccines are made by the weak or dead microorganisms or their genetic material or their protein structure. Why? Because if you can fight against the weak microorganism, your immune response thinks this is a microorganism which can I fight back. Then antibodies are developed. Later, if a strong microorganism comes also, your immune response will be ready to fight back. Then the effect will be less. That is the concept. The first vaccine which Edward Jenner used, the cowpox virus, it was called as variola vaccine. From variola vaccine virus, the term vaccine came, variola vaccine, the first vaccine which he used. From then on, we are using many vaccines. Polio vaccine we all had, right? The polio vaccine is the dead, weak polio virus. Once we get the polio vaccine, our immunity will start to build antibodies. Later, if the strong polio virus comes, we can easily fight it back. That is the mechanism, vaccines, right? Vaccines are given generally before we are affected by the disease. Once we are affected, once a person gets polio, can he be treated with vaccine? No. Before he getting polio disease, before he being physically handicapped, he should be vaccinated, right? But in corona, we had no option. Few already had the disease. That's why each and every person were vaccinated. In other cases, we all get vaccines before we get the disease. Precaution measure, vaccine. Then cholera, cholera by Vibrio cholera bacteria. Typhoid, Salmonella typhi, contaminated food water, contaminated food water. Salmonella typhi. Leprosy, Mycobacterium leprae, Mycobacterium leprae. Then syphilis, Treponema pallidum, Treponema pallidum. This is STD, sexually transmitted disease, syphilis. That is due to generally majority of the STDs are viral diseases, majority like herpes, HIV, etc. But few are bacterial diseases also like syphilis, Treponema pallidum. If you get a throat infection, what will you have? What will you take? Hot water, gargling with the help of salt water, strepsils, etc. You take, right? Septic sore throat. Septic sore throat is due to streptococcus bacteria. Streptococcus bacteria. Bacterial disease. That's why the name strepsils. Septic sore throat. Streptococcus bacteria. Then the shape of the bacteria, little important, we'll discuss. Rod-shaped bacteria. Rod-shaped bacteria. Bacillus means. For example, milk is converted into curd with the help of lactobacillus bacteria. We say curd as probiotic, right? Probiotic curd. Probiotic means the biotic means living organisms. So the bacteria present in the curd is useful. Useful bacteria are present. By boiling milk to higher temperature also, the bacteria present inside the milk is not destroyed. Means the lactobacillus is not destroyed. You know about pasteurization, right? Pasteurization. Every day you get milk from the milk booth, let's say, the packet milk. Above the packet milk, they have mentioned pasteurized milk. Tomorrow, have a look. Nandini, pasteurized milk. Pasteurized milk means milk will be having many harmful bacteria. The harmful bacteria are destroyed with the process called as pasteurization. Pasteurization means heating milk to a temperature of 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Heating milk for a temperature of 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Then cooling it suddenly. If it's suddenly cooled, then all the harmful bacteria are destroyed. All the harmful bacteria are destroyed. This process was given by Louis Pasteur. That's why it's called as pasteurization. Pasteurization. But lactobacillus is not destroyed here. The milk converted to curd, the bacteria, it's not destroyed. Bacillus rod-shaped bacteria. Coccus, see, coccus spherical-shaped bacteria. Spirillum, spiral-shaped bacteria. Spiral-shaped bacteria. Then Vibrio, comma-shaped bacteria. Comma, half moon, curved, comma-shaped bacteria. Vibrio. If there is any disease outbreak in the country during the time of examination or a year before the examination, then there are more chances of the board asking question regarding the disease as well as the type of the disease causing agent. If, for example, last year dengue outbreak was more in Bangalore, dengue outbreak. For state government examination, there are chances of asking about dengue disease, how dengue is caused, whether it is bacterial or viral disease, whether it is vector-borne disease, then how does the disease spreading mosquito breeds, etc. Those questions might be asked. Likewise, if there is any disease outbreak, then we should know. Then bacterial diseases, important, we have discussed later. And one more, diphtheria. Diphtheria. pertussis, then tetanus. Pertussis is called as whooping cough. Whooping cough, pertussis, whooping cough. Diphtheria, throat pain kind of condition. Diphtheria. Okay. Gantalamari in Kannada. Diphtheria. Diphtheria by Corynebacterium diphtheria. No need to worry. Pertussis, Haemophilus pertussis. Tetanus, Clostridium tetani. No need to remember. Okay. For all these three diseases, there is a single vaccine for these three diseases called as DPT vaccine. DPT vaccine. This is also called as triple antigen. They might ask about triple antigen. Triple antigen means DPT vaccine, which is against these three diseases: diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. Diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. DPT vaccine. Then viral diseases. Under virus, we have DNA virus, RNA virus, HIV, RNA virus, corona, RNA virus, hepatitis B, DNA virus, influenza, DNA virus, etc. Dengue, polio. Dengue, same family, dengue virus caused by vector named Aedes aegypti mosquito. Vector-borne diseases we'll discuss later. Polio, poliomyelitis virus or enterovirus. Polio by enterovirus. Polio vaccine discovered by Jonas Salk. Polio vaccine discovered by Jonas Salk. Polio. Mumps, viral disease. Smallpox, viral disease. Chickenpox, cowpox, etc. These are viral diseases. Then we have encephalitis, Japanese encephalitis by Japanese encephalitis virus. There are few important viral diseases. Those are vector-borne diseases also. We'll discuss important vector-borne diseases in tomorrow's class. Okay. And once we complete this topic, we'll start with the basics of physics, heat, light, etc. Right? Once we complete the basics of physics, chemistry, later we'll start the main part, the actual thing, the technology part. Before starting the technology part, we'll discuss at least 2-3 years prelims question papers, science and technology part, so that we will get to know the difficulty level, the depth, etc. Right? Thank you. Tomorrow at 10.